Hi. Hello. Oh, I have a weird echo, I think, from my phone, but if it's just me hearing it, then it's all good. Let me know if you hear a weird echo. That's the main point in that slightly odd sentence. But yeah, hi, hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, I guess, in some places. Yeah. Um, and welcome back to our mini mansion daily lives. Um, so yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. I have so yesterday we did a little sofa, and to be honest, I was not entirely happy with it. So I continued working on it. I mean, I didn't completely finish it during the live, but yeah, I'll just show you. That's how we do this here. So basically, I liked the shape of it, but I wasn't happy with the upholstery. So I changed it. And since you know me already, you can already guess, hey Kala, that I just, while changing it, I could not, um, how do you say it? I couldn't resist, yeah, adding more details. So I changed the upholstery to this. Okay, it's not glued in yet, but it will be. So it will not move later. But there it is. Trying to, yeah. So I used this. I used a different technique to add the pattern to the fabric and then add the fabric. Um, I'm not gonna go into it right now. We will have enough chances to do like either other sofas or chairs or other things with upholstery. So if you're interested in seeing how I've done that exactly, I'll get back to it in another opportunity. For now, just wanted to show you how it was finished, and to show you sort of how it looks with the wall. It's kind of harder to fill this with the hey Terry, how are you? Okay, are you hearing echoes? Let me know. Do you hear an echo, or is it just if I'm just hearing my own echo, then that's fine by me. But I just want to know that I'm not bugging you with echoes. So let me know. So yeah, so it'll be hey, tiny things do tend to fall from your hand. Hey, Sue. Good. Okay. Then it's just me and I can handle it. So, yeah. So, here's a little couch with a wall. Hey, Nunu. Hello. So cool to have you guys. Um, so, yeah. So, that's approximately like how it sits with the chair. I do like how this pattern works with the background, with the wallpaper. The coloring that you're seeing is all a little bit more yellow than it actually is, but tomorrow I'll post some photos so you can see it. And this is the finished fireplace. Focus on the right thing, please. Thank you, camera. Honestly. Yeah, I know. But in that case, it actually makes sense. It's a small sofa. It's like maybe a two-seat, even like one and a half sort of thing. It's a small one. Um, and I think that it actually looks huge more because of this, because we're not used to having like such a huge backing setting. Sue, help. I don't know how it's called. The thing that you put alongside the wall near the floor, the decorative piece. I don't know how it's called. So That's pretty big, but within the room, I don't think it looks pretty that big. I'll bring the room in a second. We can. Hi, panel. Thank you, Sue. And yeah, and for the fireplace, I did add these little curling decorations, the curling details, but all of it is just kind of a wood coloring. I did have some highlights, but that's about it. Let me bring the room for a sec. Oops. All the walls have fallen as usual, but basically, yeah, it's just a very big room. That's the main thing here. I think that might be so. See, like the fireplace. Oh, the fireplace is here, basically, and the couch will be. The plan is to have it. It's kind of a side couch meant to be, I think. So it'll either be here next to this wall. It is like a pretty small one, but yeah, or like next to this wall, or we might even put it in front of the fire. And you can see that I think that it does work in the size. Hey, Moika. Wainscoting. Wainscoting. That's a nice word. Wainscoting. Okay, cool. So yeah. So this is our little couch. And today we're going to build a little side table. It's not necessarily going to be a side table that would fit with this couch. One of the things that I've noted in parlor, like Victorian parlor pictures, is that there are a lot of side tables. So the one I'm thinking of, I want to do today is actually probably going to kind of sit in a corner somewhere. The plan is for it to be a sort of half circle. I'll show you in a second. I'll bring the tiny pieces, of the table. I'll move to the desk camera. There we go. So the plan is to build this kind of half circle side table that will sit probably either in a corner or under a window or something like that. I've already cut the pieces, and so yeah. So the plan, and we're hoping it's gonna work. Making a room as a library. So in the upper floor, the floor above, right above the parlor, we'll have a study. And that would probably be the closest to a library in this house. It would be a little bit smaller than the parlor, but it will have more walls, I think. So more places for books. But I do think that I will have I want to have like a small bookcase somewhere, not not a full wall library like we would have in the study, but maybe just like a lower one, like a half wall or something like that, that will have some shelves. And yeah, but we'll get to it in another day. Today, we do this table. So the plan is pretty simple, I think. Yeah, so it's a half circle. This is going to be kind of curled under. So I have it two pieces of the half circle. This is going to be the piece that kind of curls around them to create the main piece, basically. We have the little leggies. You have three legs. And this little piece here will probably be a drawer. Um, Now decide where to put the cabinets. Oh, I will move them around forever, probably. So, in order to kind of give this thickness, basically the base is the same craft cardstock that I used for the couch. So it's this the Tim Holtz Ranger craft cardstock that is very thick and nice. And I glued to it the wood paper. I have a lot of leftover of the wood paper now, so I can use them for these tiny pieces. This is one that I think, yeah, I think now the light catches a bit. It's really crackled. It's nice. Yeah, it's like the varnish had a lot of crackling in it. So yes, now the light catches it. Haha, success. So yeah, so I like how aged this look. And basically, so I already glued the wood paper on all the pieces. For the legs, I actually glued it on both sides. So yeah, so it will be double-sided. It also gives the legs a nice thickness that is, well, useful for stability. Um, since they were all cut by hand, we will have to see if I actually cut them all in the same length, but we'll fix it if necessary. And now let's start gluing and hope for the best. So yeah, I'm going to start by gluing the half circle pieces to the backing, up and down, and see how that goes, right? Okay. Hmm. No, I'm gonna actually maybe do it like this. Ooh. So here's the tricky part. No, I am gonna glue it like, yeah. So yeah, because I know that the you straight it all. Let's pretend it is. Just a sec. Yep, I think it's fine. Just so this back piece is the same height as this round piece. And now that I think of it, it might have been a slight mistake. Because basically, if I would have made it a bit narrower, then I could have placed these pieces on top of it and then hide this little edge. But we'll just color it and it'll be fine. Okay, that is one. How is everyone today? Hope you're having a good day so far. And cool. Second piece. Ah. Thanks so much, Nunu. I'm always, yeah, I mean, I definitely like the results. I'm just never sure how interesting it is to look at, to see me gluing stuff, but if you're happy, I'm definitely happy. Okay. Ah. One thing you should not learn from me is how much I'm fiddling with things when I put the glue. I should just leave it alone, but I always just play with it again and again and again, and then it moves, and I need to straighten it again. It's a fun game. So yeah, so this part needs to dry a little bit before we can add um, this part. So in the meanwhile, no, actually, I'm gonna color the edges of the legs before I forget to do it and be very, very angry with myself. There we go. It's a very tiny piece, but it does feel rather sturdy now in my hand because it's basically three pieces of cardstock glued together. So hopefully it will be as sturdy as it feels. I mean, the balance, three legs do give a pretty good balance. Usually, you know how it is. It's not a tested design, so we are just hoping for the best. I have basically planned it that the bottom area, the legs, will be pretty much the same as the circumference of the table. So I'm hoping this will give it stability. But we'll see. If there will be a problem, one of the tricks you can do is just sort of add something at the bottom that is more heavy, like a teeny little piece of metal magnet or something that is a little bit more heavy and will just give the whole thing a bit more balance. That's it. Yes, I'm going to already do it with this piece as well. Probably should have done it with these pieces before, but hey, I forgot. Okay. So let's see. How are you feeling? Can we paint here? Your edges? Have you glued down? I'm not sure entirely, but I can try gently. Yeah, that's not stable. Okay, just careful. This one is. Yay. And yeah, please let me know if I'm going off camera because I have noticed that I have this tendency, um, especially when I work with these tiny things. So let me know, please. Okay. Ooh, Yeah. Yeah, I definitely should have done it before putting the glue because one of the other slight issues. Oh no. Okay, we'll glue it again. Um, yeah, that once you put the glue on, um, well, it seals basically um, the paper, right? So it's a lot. It's not hard, like exactly harder to paint it, but not. It won't really work with these markers because it's watercolor based material. Acrylic paints will not have any problems, so I might have to use that a bit afterwards, but it'll be fine. Oh no, what wasn't focused? And is it okay now? Is it the whole stream, or is it because my camera deciding to focus on the wrong thing? Okay, let's see. Okay, good. Oh, come on. You are not being very nice to me today. Yeah, I try to just bring myself bring what I'm working on closer to the camera because then, well, it's bigger, and sometimes it actually remember to focus on it. It's a little tricky with these things sometimes, but I'll try to keep to just notice this. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait a bit um, because this needs to dry. Yeah, yeah, this needs to dry, and I did not bring my heat tool, which was very clever. So in the meanwhile, let's just at least round this up a bit, this strip. It's definitely longer than I need, but I figured it'll be just easier to, glue it down and then cut the excess instead of trying to calculate the exact circumference. Circumference? I think circumference is the word. Um, hey, but yeah. Something like this. Should work. Should work. Let's see. Gonna give it a little bit more time to dry. I'm definitely fiddling with it too much. In the meanwhile, um, I'm thinking, yeah, let's try and figure out the drawer. So if I want to have a drawer, it is pretty much this size. So, gonna just here just to figure out what size of drawer I want. And I think it's all slipping. Oh dear. Yeah, I want it to be a very small drawer. Um, so yeah, something like this. And I do think that I'll glue it down to a cardstock just to give it a bit more presence, shall we call it? Cardstock. Slide it over. Oh, come on, I know I brought some. Okay. Mm, just looking for a second here in my mess because I wanted to actually use a slightly not as thick, maybe a cardstock, so it would make it a bit easier for me to fold it. But I don't really see that I have any. And I do have, however, have this lovely little piece of the same cardstock. And I just want to test again to see. Yeah, I think they'll be a good size for a drawer. So we'll just, oh dear, completely out of camera. There we go. That's better. That's the little cardstock piece that I was talking about. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in it. Take the little piece, the little soon-to-be drawer. And I'm purposely just kind of moving it around so it will smear the glue. And I know that it's so nice and secure. And actually, so I want to use this little round pin as the handle. It's a little big. Nah, it's a good size. It's fine. So I'm going to get my little die pick pin here, and die pick, yeah, and just use it to create the hole that the pin can go through. And it's easier actually to do it at this stage before I cut the whole thing, just because, yeah, it's just easier to deal with with pieces that are a little bit bigger. I'm just taking it to the side because I have my cutting mat there, which has better I don't know how to call it exactly, like better resistance. I don't know. It's easier to kind of, yeah, create holes in papers on it. There we go. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty big knob, I guess. The camera will focus again. Please, please. Focus. Yeah. It's a pretty big knob, but I think it's still, yeah, grip is good. Grip is a good word. But I still think that it's nice enough size. So, thinking, I don't actually, like usually what I would do is just fold it over in the back and glue it down, but because all of this is so small, if I fold it in the back, I would have this extra layer that I don't really want. So what I'm actually going to do is put some glue, just a little bit because you don't need more, right here under the knob on this part. And it will just glue it here. So I can just cut the wire, the excess of the wire flat without worrying about it. So yeah, now this dries a little bit. Let's see if we can glue some more stuff here. Yeah. This one is going to give me some troubles today. I can feel it, but we will not let it stop us. Yeah, exactly. Um, Once the glue is set, then I don't need to worry about it falling off because that would be strong enough. And yeah, we'll just have a little knob there. Okay, so I'm just going to take a bit of a risk here and just, even though it's not set really, just add the glue and try to get it to work for us. And yeah, let's see. Oh, come now. Come now, glue. Okay. Hey, no, no, no. It's completely falling off again. Well, hopefully adding this circular part will actually help holding it in place and stable it. That would be extremely useful. So yeah, I'm just going to, oh no. Yeah, this is the tricky part with working with tiny little things. Okay, hopefully I can make it work. If not, I might just have to go and find my heat tool. See? I'm going to try to just kind of use the fact that we have, well, yeah, basically just do this on the ground, on the work surface so that they would fit into each other. No. Okay, this is not gonna work. I am gonna go and bring my heat tool because this has to be dry before we move to the next stage. Sometimes these tiny things, they do not want to be made live, people. That is the tricky part. Um, because, yeah, honestly, if I was making it off camera at this point, I would just leave it alone and let everything dry. But I don't really have a backup plan for doing something else while it dries, so we'll just have to try and figure out how to do this. Yeah. Okay. Trying it again. I'm gonna actually put like a nice big glob of glue here for it to try and catch too. Not my fingernail, please. Thank you. Honestly. So rude sometimes. Let's see. See if we can convince it to sit. Okay. This is now straight. Funny. Isn't it funny? Okay. I'm going to run off for a second and bring my heat tool, and we'll try and dry the glue a bit faster. Okay. Oh dear. Um. Hmm. Yeah. This is the thing with tiny things. That's how it goes. Okay. I'll use my heat tool for a bit. Let me know if it's really, really loud. I hope it's not too loud. Ooh. So- Okay. It's definitely not dry, but it was making weird popping sounds. Um, yeah, okay. I'm gonna let it. Oh, good. I'm never sure, like, yeah. I always assume that it'll be like super loud because it's super loud in my ears, but sometimes the mic knows what to catch and what's not. It's a miracle. Um, okay, so we'll let it cool down a bit. And even though the glue is not dry, it will kind of, it's almost like the outer layer of it is set enough for it to just not move. So we should be able to continue, which is very useful. Let's be honest. Let's see. It's not, I'm not sure if it's quite the 90 degrees that I hoped for, but it should be okay. Yeah. It's a little tricky because I want this to fit on top. Ooh, okay, I have an idea actually. I'm going to use this toothpick. Uh, yeah, that's true. The question is whether well, first of all, at the moment, I'm using actually the sound from the mic from my computer, which are not always that smart. But yeah, but sometimes they don't necessarily, the cameras or the mics don't necessarily identify what we consider noise as noise. So, you know, sometimes it's a luck thing. Okay, so I cut this little piece of toothpick here that I just want to put it in as a supporter to make sure that these edges stay. at the height that I want them to be. Since, uh, I'm not making an opening drawer. It's only going to be like a decoration from the outside, basically. We can do whatever we want with this little space here inside. So, yeah, that's useful. So, okay, that looks a lot, yeah, that's a lot longer than it should be. Of course it is. Chop. Let's make sure. Yeah, that seems right. Let me just. I think so. No, I think it's still too long. Ah, tiny things. See? Think now it's okay. Let's hope I'm right. Yeah, that looks good. And this should definitely give the whole thing a lot more stability. And I really should have thought of it before. But well, better late than never, especially when it's not too late. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now we can add some glue to the edges and perhaps finally have a little table. If this was bigger, I would have been tempted to use some hot glue to just, stabilize things um, in combination with the heavy body gel. But this is so tiny that if I put, a drop of hot glue, it's just gonna cover the whole thing. So yeah, we'll just be very careful. Let's see how this goes. Okay, this is actually looking pretty good, I think. It's probably gonna look better on one side than the other, but that's fine because one side will be the top, and that one is more important for us. That's yeah. So now I just need to again hold it quite tightly um, with some pressure to make sure that it stays put. And yeah, what's nice about sometimes working with something this small is that I can basically cover almost um, the entire, oh, I don't know, area. Yeah, the entire area that is in contact, that I'm gluing. I can basically pretty much cover all of it with 3 fingers, um, and just put gentle but consistent pressure to make sure that it would stay put and glue down, and hopefully that would work. I'm not sure how. Don't think I've actually put glue in the edges because don't know, but yeah, you can just gently add it in there. Good. Yep, very small. We are well into the realm of tiny, but that's fun. For me at least. I don't know. Yep. So, yeah. You know what the really tricky part will be? The really tricky part will be to try and make things that sit on this size of table. That will be interesting. Um, Not entirely sure how I would do that. Because, I have ideas on how you can make tiny cups and so on, or yeah. But there's tiny and there's this. So, we'll see how it goes. I might be able to find some details. Oh, no, Terry. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope, that you'll have a good day at work, even if they are annoying. And definitely a good day after work. Okay. Believe this is, yeah. This one needs more pressure. This side seems to have caught. This side hasn't. I'm gonna add some more glue. Sometimes that does the trick. Because with these things, it would have probably been easier actually if there was, if I did more supporters like I did here, because then there would be more surface for the paper to catch on. I'm patient with some things. Let's put it this way. I'm not sure I'm patient with everything, but miniatures just make me happy. And you're always more patient with things that make you happy. Mm. Okay. Keep wondering if I can actually continue and try and glue the legs while I'm holding this, but I probably do need both hands. See? Yeah. I think now that caught well enough. It's not, I don't trust the connection yet to actually cut the excess. I'll do that a bit later. But I do think that we can start connecting the legs. Before I do that, yeah, I think this side came out a little bit better, so this will be the bottom. And the legs are meant to be. Oh, wait, no, don't disconnect. Okay, I might have to just finish gluing off screen because honestly, this is the type of thing that we record and speed through or cut, the 5 minutes of me holding stuff. So, okay, I'm pretty sure you got the idea, but basically, the legs will be so there will be two legs that are going to be one with the back to the other here at the back, pretty much. And then the third will be like this. to the front. I hope you can sort of see what I'm doing. Trying to catch a light. Yeah. So it would be basically, yeah. So two legs like this, pretty much. One, two, one back to the other. And the third one, I'll just use the tweezers. Maybe that would help. Just to show you. Yeah, I'm trying to hold it. So the third will be like this, which I'm kind of guessing you've already imagined that what would it would be. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me just say hello again because yeah, this is really one of the challenging things of doing this, trying to plan what I can do live, because a lot of this, there's a lot of waiting and holding, and that's not the most interesting thing for a video. I am aware of that, and I hope that it's not too bad. But I think, okay, let's try and glue the legs after all. Okay, so I'll go back to this. Yeah, and we will have so one leg here and the other one here. Clear craft glue that is almost dry. Oh, yeah. So I used to, but I finished it. And now I have new jars and it doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, it's really funny. It worked really well with the heavy body gel, actually. Um, when I had a jar that was almost finished, and it would just grip things immediately. It was pretty awesome. But it's all gone now. Yeah, I know. Every now and then, the bottle actually finishes. Yeah. Okay. That seems okay-ish, I think. Uh, and yeah. I am trying actually to kind of get the glue that I'm using now from, you always have areas that are a little drier at the top. So that's what I'm using now in an attempt to get this to work a bit faster. But yeah, it's a pretty new jar. So how is that Turbo Tacky Glue? It's a very impressive name. I'm not sure though. Does it, fulfill the name? Ooh, this one is sliding too much. No, that's where you should be. Okay, just cleaning up a bit there. And yeah, it's too early to test it but you can see what it would sort of look like. And once it's dry, hey, Anthony. Oh, yeah. Honestly, you can watch this on fast forward because there was a lot of holding down glue. But yeah, but we have a little side table. Pretty much, at least you can see what it looks like. Um, Once the legs and everything, so once this part dries, I can remove the excess and add a little drawer here in the front. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It also strikes me at possibly a bit giant next to the sofa that I made. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the sofa is too small. That might be a weird coincidence. I'll see. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Let me ooh, just hello. Come back here and say hi. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. Yeah, because I feel like, yeah, it's definitely not a side table for the couch, but I don't know. We'll have to see because I think it would fit the room, but the size of the room, but it might be too. I hope it's not too big. We'll see. If it's too big, I'll have to redo it smaller, and I'll probably do that off camera because you've seen me do it. Even if you've didn't seen me do it the wrong way or the wrong one. Um, but yeah, so oop, there I am. So that will be it for today. I will finish this table and we'll see if it's okay for size. I hope so. It might be like just, a bigger one. We'll see. Um, and yeah, it looks good no matter what. And I'm also, yeah, I'm actually not sure if the sofa is like a good size or if it's just a very tiny little, one that you need to squeeze on when you sit down. We'll see about that. Either way, thank you so much again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the little table gluing episode. And we'll continue tomorrow. Not sure exactly what we'll do. We'll stay in the parlor, but there's just so many options of what to do that I'm always just not sure. Thank you so much, Anthony. That's really, really nice to hear. It's yeah. I mean, it's always like if you make something that is not exactly in scale for what you're making one at the moment, you can always kind of either it'll fit in another room or another place or it'll fit in another project. You just keep it. It's fine. It's fine. And yeah, so we'll see. So tomorrow it's the same time as today at 7 p.m. CT. And yeah, we'll make something tiny and pretty. That's what we'll make. So thank you again so very much. And yeah, I can always use it on another project. It's not a problem. Um, and yeah, and I was in the middle of, yeah, saying thank you so much. And have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.